what's kind of the goal the next couple of days?
Yeah, we talked a lot about that this morning with the guys, and in some ways, Garrett, probably simplifying it just a little bit, honing in on a couple things that we think will give the guys some direction and give the guys some confidence. I think that's probably the best place to start. We've bounced around quite a bit with what we're doing offensively, and sometimes that can go okay until you find what you want. And in this case, it's probably slowed us down a little bit. Because then you do 4, 5, 6 different things and you don't get good enough at any of them to give the guys the kind of confidence they need when they're in game action. And so we'll keep poking around to try to find the right stuff. But I think simplifying it a little bit and trying to get to the point where we're doing a couple of things and practicing them more, using them more when we get into game action, is probably going to be the best way to go.
I know we had a big game against you last year. Had huge games there. What do you like most about Justin Jackson being and how this goes?
Yeah, he's improved. His confidence looks completely different in his three-point shot. Last year, the things we talked about were his size and how aggressive he is offensively, the ability to make a three, the ability to score at the rim. His pull-up jump shot is good. Those things have all gotten a little better, but the biggest change is his ability to make three-point shots. He looks really comfortable and really confident. You can tell he's put in a ton of time from last year to this year, just with how quick he's catching it and shooting it right now and the confidence he's got. And he's shooting it at right around 40%, just under 40%. Outside of that, those other things have all gotten a little bit better. He's a little better player than he was a year ago. And going into the game, last year we felt like he was terrific. But boy, he's put in a lot of work on that jump shot. You can see it.
Coach, if I had a quarter for every time you used the word confidence,
yeah,
I could pay for my lunch.
Yeah. If we stay here long enough, you could pay for Gary's too. Yeah. If I keep talking if I keep talking a little longer.
The whole point is this.
Yeah.
Can you show the guys too much video of a team like that?
Oh.
To get in their head or not?
Yeah, they're. And that's a very good point and a very good question. I think I think there's a lot to being able to change things up for your players and not always come at them with the exact same film, from game to game in terms of, especially now when things are going well, you can keep doing what you're doing and you can really go after some things because the guys they've got some confidence about them and they feel good about what they're doing and how they're doing it. And with the way things have gone for us with these early games, always thinking about ways to make it easier. How can we help them maybe understand it a little bit better, and just get a little bounce in their step. When 2 weeks ago we had a tough week with George Mason in Wyoming, the guys came back great and we had a great week. Saturday obviously was not our best, so now we're back into how do we do that, and we're going to face one of the best teams in the country. So I think it's
in teaching mode is what you're in right now.
No question. Yeah, and sometimes that goes on longer than others. 2 years ago, we weren't in that mode very long. We had the majority of that team back, and we got rolling, and we could really just pound them with stuff and get after them, and because they were running at a really high level in terms of how they felt about themselves and the way things were going. And last year, we were in that teaching mode for a long time. This year, the way we played in Orlando, I think we all felt like we could get out of the teaching mode pretty quick, and we could just get going. And it hasn't worked out that way. So, I know I've said it before, but I'll continue to say it, and I believe it. Our job is simply to make it easier for the guys. We're the ones with all the experience. Some of our guys have a couple games experience. Some of them have a year or two. Some of them are in their fourth year. But they don't have near the experience that we have as coaches. And our job, no matter what that means, whether it's the film, how we present it, how we structure practice, what we decide to run with our offense, those things are all a little bit easier when your team's rolling and feeling good about who they are. And but more times than not, you always got you're in the teaching mode, as you said, and that's a great way to put it. I mean, that's more often than not, you're in that mode, and you hope you get to the point where you can move out of that, and the guys are just rolling through some things, and everything's a little easier, and everybody's having a little more fun. And yeah, right now we're in that mode, and we got to help the guys get a little bounce in their step.
Could you say confidence about 5 more times? You're